Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Chronic17 coming at you with, I was gonna do individual single reviews, but I think I could, just do all of them at once. I guess I could start with Dungeon Siege 3. It has a classic, co-op gameplay. It is real fun, a fun RPG. It's real hack and slash like every other, Dungeon Siege has ever been. I played the ones on PC, so I'm a big fan of this series, and I was happy to see it come to PlayStation 3. And as you can see, it's 2 to 4 players online. It's 2.5 gigs, but it's worth it. I only tried one of the stories, and I tried Lucas, and I gotta try the other 3 to get trophies for them, and whatnot. But overall, it's a game worth getting, especially since it's co-op, and I'm actually looking for people, so if anybody wants to buy this, I'll actually play it with you. Just send me your PSN ID and whatnot. Now I can start with Infamous 2. It took me a while to play this. I just took my time because I had a few games that I bought at the same time, but when I got into it, it really was a gripping story from the beginning to the end. It was really fun. As you can imagine, it was really a good superhero game. I mean, it was badass. I only did it as Infamous, or well, I didn't do it as Infamous because I was good, but I don't know what I was good in the game though. So I was like a god or whatever. Jesus or whatever they wanted to, they praise you, just like they did in the first one. The story was really good, and I got the first one for free from when the PSN went down, so thought might as well get number 2. I got the collector's edition of that, and that game was overall worth it. So both of these games are a must-have. I didn't get this one on its release date. I was skeptical because I didn't like the first, I did not like the first Fear, World Fear number 2, and I never played the first one, but this one was gripping and scary, and the first-person shooter aspect was pretty awesome, and it was a real good game. It's a co-op game as well, and it has some multiplayer features, but it's like mostly like either like survival type things, or I don't know, there's like 5 or 6 game modes, I think. I'm not quite sure. I didn't get too much into it. I was playing mostly survival things, and that was really fun. And overall, I'd give Dungeon Siege an 8.0. I'd give Infamous a 10, and I'd give Fear a 7. That's because there were some, flaws in the game, but that's alright. That's what happens with most games anyways. There's flaws in Infamous and Dungeon Siege as well, but the games are still worth getting, and they're still, really good gripping stories. So, yeah, 3 games that you should look into getting is Fear 3, Infamous 2, and Dungeon Siege 3. So, that was my game review of these 3 games. Comment, rate, subscribe, and if you want to play, if you get any of these games and you want to play with me, send me a message with your PSN ID and I'll add you. Alright, comment, rate, subscribe.